Huge fan. Top 2 favorite shows right now, you guys and Tiger King.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, I did get in trouble watching your show because I pulled the old, when you have a significant other and you watch the show without that person, they get really upset. So I started your show at like 6 o'clock at night. My wife went to bed. I only watched one more episode. Next thing you know, it was 6 in the morning and I watched the whole thing and I got in a lot of trouble. So we're kind of like, she's mad at me right now. She's only 3 episodes in, but she loves your show. She went to EKU and she was a cheerleader at EKU.
Yes.
Yes. One of you guys is from Kentucky, right? Jerry, you're from Kentucky?
No, ma'am.
Wait, you got a scholarship to Kentucky.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
that's right. Sorry.
Yes.
So Louisville. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me introduce myself, first of all. I'm Jax Taylor from Vanderpump Rules, and I have the amazing cast of cheer here. Jerry, yay. Lexi, yes. And Gabby. Woo! I'm so excited right now. Like, I'm sorry. I'm really nervous. I'm fangirling right now. Let's just get into it because we have a lot of questions, and I know Jerry can't stay for the whole thing, so I'm going to get into it. I'm super excited to be here. First of all, we want to support, obviously, we're here to give relief. So if you're watching, you can donate by clicking the link in the description by going to cameo.com. And this is where all of our funds will go. So you support COVID-19 relief. So make sure you go to that, click on that, and support. So let's get into it. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
We're ready.
All right. These questions, these are from the fans, mostly me. Okay, here we go. I want to know, because coming from another guy that's on a reality show, I'm curious how other people, respond to these questions. And like, first of all, here we go. So what's it like having the camera on you at all times? Like, what was there any was it weird in the beginning? Were you nervous in the beginning? Was it really easy? Did you not care? Go. Gabby, you first.
So honestly, how I felt whenever the camera crew was on us, it really, to me, seemed like they weren't really in our way. The only time that I knew that they were there was when they were actually interviewing us individually. But for the most part, we got a really good connection with the camera crew, and I felt like we really bonded well with them, and their entire crew was they were amazing. And honestly, like, they made our job so easy because they were just there and felt like capturing everything. So I felt like they weren't even there.
Yeah. How about you guys? Yeah. Jerry?
Well, I feel like at the beginning, a lot of us tried to be like perfect. Like, the girls will wear makeup a lot, and the
that's
boys
our show too. Same thing.
But
Same
then
thing.
After like a week or two, I think we got tired of it, and we realized we can't like be perfect all the time. So then everything else was just what it was, and what you saw was what you saw. So it was really nice to have cameras around us at times, but it really didn't feel like they were there once we got over the fact of them being there.
Yeah, and they become like family. I mean, I've been on the show for 8 years. We've literally seen our camera guys have kids, get married, and they literally become like our significant others. They've seen us naked. They've seen us at our worst. They've seen us at our best. It's kind of like they just come and go. They have keys to our house. We just don't even see them anymore. I mean, that's what happens to us. But that's how if you have a good camera crew, it makes a huge difference. That's awesome.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I feel like, at the beginning, exactly what Jerry said, that's what I was going to say. Basically, everyone was like trying really hard at first to like be perfect, because they're like, oh my gosh, this is going to be on Netflix. I can't have the world seeing me look like crap. And then like a couple months into it, like, you start waking up early in the mornings and you're like, okay, I'm not trying to spend an hour on my makeup right now. It's 6 a.m. Like, like at the beginning, I admit I tried a lot to like look good, but like towards the end, I was like, they get what they get.
Yeah, that's how it is over here too. At this point, they're just kind of like, I don't care anymore. The world can see me at my worst. I don't care.
Yeah, all of them were so sweet. I'm really happy that I got to get close with a lot of them.
Yes.
So Gabby, I have a question for you. What was it like to have your mother and your father as your managers? How is that working out? Were you getting a lot of like flack from the fans, or was that?
So I think honestly, a lot of people, I guess, we're just a very like extraordinary family, and a lot of people may not have their like parents as involved, but my parents have always, like, from when even before I started cheerleading, they've always been very involved, but they've also been very, very supportive. Like anything that I have ever wanted to do, they've been right behind me, supporting me. Like when I wanted to move to California when I was like 14, and I wouldn't be where I'm at today without my parents. So
Yeah.
even though, yes, like, and that was my choice also. I was like, you know what, I would rather my parents like I would rather them manage me so that I at least know, okay, I know anything that is brought to them, it's going to be brought to me exactly how it is. So, and honestly, I mean, my no family is perfect, but I really do think that like my family, especially in the past, like I would say few months, we've really grown a lot. And I feel like we're obviously, now that I'm getting older and we've talked and we've discussed, like I think it's really important for me to start, you know, kind of not doing everything by myself, but having, you know, some responsibility, me taking a lot of the, you know, responsibility. We've kind of distributed that, and honestly, I really do feel like we as a family have grown. But yeah, my parents are great, and
It
I
sucks
think,
getting things from fans, like especially stuff like that. Like that's none of their
oh
business.
yeah,
It's kind of like, listen, it has to be on the show. You know, you're going to get some flack from it. It's kind of like
yeah,
people don't know, but you got people sitting behind their computers and being like, okay,
exactly,
I'm going to
yeah,
be a keyboard warrior today and give
Oh,
my
yeah.
peace of mind. Yeah, don't worry about that.
And
That just goes with the
honestly, I
territory.
feel like, yeah, I feel like nobody really knows unless like they know us personally. But honestly, for me, it doesn't even matter what other people's opinions are that don't know us personally, because if you don't know us, then you really can't say anything. But
Right. You're
yes,
watching a television show and you're watching it very condensed. As you know, you guys film for hours and hours. This
yeah,
TV show's only an hour long. They can only put so much in. They're only going to put the highlights in where we're going crazy. And then they're going to be
exactly,
like, well,
yeah,
why is she so crazy? Well, that's the point, the part they put in the
yeah,
show. I'm
no,
sorry. You didn't see
absolutely,
how, like when I get in a fight with somebody, they're always like, why is he so crazy? Well, you're not going to see how the fight started or how it ended.
yeah,
You're going to see me at my
exactly,
crazy point where they're like, he's crazy. This is perfect. Just put that on. So yeah,
yeah,
I get it. I get it. Question. So Lexi, is there going to be a Cheer 2 season part 2? That's like the biggest question. Is there going to be a season 2? And are you going to be part of it? It's a 2-part question. Have to answer it.
Do I have to?
Season 2. Is there going to be a season 2? Come on, you guys know.
We're
Are
just
you not
happy to
allowed to
be
say?
here.
Okay. Would you be, if there was, we're just going to say there is, because how could there not be? Would you guys be a part of it?
If there was, absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, here's another part. I'm sorry, all these questions are coming in because now my questions are coming in. So what do you like, what's going to happen after this? So what's the best case scenario? What do you want to come out of this? What's your future like? Where do you see this going? Like your own gyms, your own dance studios, your own competitions? Like what is the end result of this? Like what's the goal?
Who wants to go first?
Jerry, you can go first.
Okay, I'll go first.
Because I think people want to know. People want to know because what you're doing, it's while you're in college. What's the next step? Do you open your own gym? Do you open your own studio? Do you start your own competitions? Do you just tour because of the celebrity that you built? Like, what's the next thing? And that's what I'm sure what people ask you all the time. Like, wow, this is great, but then what do you do after? That's what people say to us all the time. They're like, can't you just enjoy the moment? Why do you got to always ask what's in the future? But this is a question from the fans, which I'm sure you guys have thought about this too, because you probably all could open your own gyms at any time, right?
Yeah, I definitely don't think I would like want to own my own gym. Maybe like I would like travel around and like teach like camps, teach camps and stuff. I could definitely see myself doing that, but I feel like owning my own gym is like something that's like it's a huge responsibility, and
Right.
that's something that I'm like passionate about enough to like want to pursue that. Like I love cheer and like I wouldn't mind teaching it, but like owning my own gym, it sounds like a lot to like handle.
Jerry, what do you think?
Well, I feel like cheer is always going to be there for me. So I think now I'm just trying to explore like just some different things that have come my way and seeing things from a different perspective and not focus so much on cheer, even though I'm still very passionate about it. I just want to go down that road and see where it takes me from there. I really don't have an end goal, but I'm just very hopeful that it takes me very far. And then
just live it in the moment. Live it in the moment right now.
Living in the
right?
moment. And then when that's
Live in
all
the
over,
moment.
I will happily return back to cheer.
Got it. Now, are you guys all still in college?
Yes.
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 You're all, and you're all at the same school?
Yeah, we
Yes.
got to finish out the year in Navarro.
Yeah.
So what happened this year? So hey, I'm not gonna pry. I know, I get it. Hey, so what happened with this tournament this year? So they canceled it, obviously. Are they gonna make it up? Are they gonna? Is that just it for the kids? What happened?
That's a great question. So
because
honestly,
it sucks for you guys.
I think as of right now, because Daytona technically did get canceled, I'm not really sure how they're gonna go about it. I don't know if they're gonna, maybe try to postpone it after everything calms down. I don't know if they're gonna try to be like, okay, well, we would like to see the routines from that year that was supposed to go on happen maybe, in this time. I'm not really sure, but I feel like it is going to be really hard for them to do that because other people have basically already made commitments to other things. Like I'm just speaking I know a lot of people at
the show's popular,
schools.
right? So you get a lot of opportunities now, right? So there's a lot more opportunities.
Well, yeah, not even specifically for us, because I know all three of us want to go back to Navarro to finish basically because we didn't feel like it was a good ending.
I feel so bad for you guys. We were really, my friends and I was planning a trip down to Daytona. We were gonna come and support you guys. I was getting it on Twitter. I was like, who's gonna meet me down there? We're gonna rent a bar. We're gonna find a bar to your closest gym. We were gonna be there and support you. And then when this happened, we were just so bummed because I had a whole Twitter group about it. I'm like, we're doing this. We're gonna go down and support you.
That is so awesome.
So I guess here's another question. I'm sorry, I'm kind of breezing through these questions because I know you guys don't have a lot of time. Sorry, airplane. So as far as friendships go, are you guys still close? Did that ever change? Is the dynamic of you guys ever change? And if the dynamic does change, does that affect your performance?
I feel like we're all still very close.
Yeah.
We all have our.
With you and Ladarius, for sure. When that situation was going on, when it was kind of like you were in, it's like any sport, like they're going to put you in, they put you out. I mean, I know you're friends, but that can pull at you a little bit. Even though you love him, he's your brother, that still gets a little frustrating. And you're like, okay, was that hard? Did that put a lot of pressure on your friendship?
I would say for a split second, but then we lived together, so we really had a lot of time to just talk to each other. And I think us just chatting with each other every day really helped that and just kept us closer through the whole process.
I mean, you're such a positive person. I mean, you're a ray of light. I feel like if you hang around you have to be a positive person. I mean, if you're a negative person hanging around you, I don't want to ever meet that person. I mean, it's got to be impossible. I love everything about you. I love your ray of light. It's just, it's absolutely amazing. I just love it. Okay, now here goes to some Cameo questions. So what's been your strangest Cameo request? Have you gotten some really crazy Cameo requests yet?
I got one from somebody. I made a cameo for someone that was recovering from Corona.
Ooh.
Oh, really?
Oh,
that's nice. That's sad, but that was nice.
It's sad. It's really sad, but that's probably the one that stood out to me the most so far.
Okay. Now because I'm getting close to that. I apologize. They're kind of waving me off. We're gonna do a speed round real quick with speed questions. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Ready? Here we go. So who is likely to give the best birthday present?
Gabby.
Gabby?
Could it be anybody?
It could be anybody. Who's likely out of you guys? Well, we could say your whole cast. Who's likely to give the best birthday gift out of your group? Now, do you all hang out together on and off the show, or is it just on the show?
We hang out all the time,
all the time.
On and
you
off.
Can't have that kind of how you do your routines without being together, I think, anyway. So.
Oh yeah, no. Trust me, we have a lot of time to hang out. So we all are constantly we're basically like brothers and sisters. It's crazy.
Guys just flipping around everywhere, just going to the McDonald's, doing some flips at McDonald's. You guys are absolutely insane. I mean, the talent you guys have is just on another level. Anyway, okay. Who has broken the most bones?
I've broken
Jerry
my
breaks
ankle.
my bones.
Although-
I was just about to say that.
Wait, Jerry did?
I stepped on her so many
And my
times last year.
Oh, I
So anytime he had an ankle
foot.
injury, it was me.
Literally every time I've been injured, it's been Jerry's fault.
Oh my gosh, I gotta say, when I'm watching the show and when the girls just hit the mat and they just fall, I'd be just like, oh my God. There's one girl, I can't forget her name. She wasn't on the show a ton, but she just hit the mat.
Sure.
Boom, and like someone just
Yeah.
was her name?
Mackenzie.
Yes.
Yep.
Mackenzie just hits the mat. Just hit it
Yeah.
like, I was like, oh my God, she's not alive. There's no way she's alive after that.
Oh,
And
yeah,
you guys just get back up and you just do your thing. I don't understand it. Okay, who's the biggest flirt?
Ladarius.
Oh, Jerry.
That's what I was gonna say. Ladarius for sure.
Ladarius.
Yeah.
Ladarius.
That's an easy one.
Who's most likely to get embarrassed quickly?
I don't know, probably me. No, never mind. I do a lot of fun stuff.
Well, if it was anybody on the team, I feel like Summer.
Summer. Yeah.
Summer.
She
Summer, yeah. She was like really shy, and if someone like
was
said,
shy.
yeah,
Well,
if
I guess
someone
that
said
leads me-
something to her.
Oh, so it's Summer?
Yeah, her name is Summer.
Summer.
She was on the team last year, and she like basically, if she was doing the motions wrong, like she would be like really frustrated.
Yeah.
So I guess that leads me into my next question. Who's the biggest flirt?
Ladarius.
Ladarius.
Yeah, Ladarius.
There. And I guess, are you all single in relationships?
I haven't
I
been-
What's
am.
going on?
I'm single.
Single?
What do you got?
Single?
What
In a
do you
relationship?
single? Wait, Lexi, what's going on?
I got a man's, boo.
Oh, duh. Period.
Oh, okay. Is it hard to date? Is it hard to date, like being on a show? Like, do you find it that it's kind of, maybe put a little bit of pressure on your relationship?
Honestly, we've been thriving. I just feel like we have like a really strong relationship. I mean, yeah, like it gets like I understand like how like he could be annoyed sometimes because my DMs are popping.
Right. Well, not only that too. Not only what I'm thinking of that is your workload. I mean, you can't just be as talented as you are. You didn't just wake up and be like that. You have to work at that. You constantly are there.
I do
You're at the
lot.
gym every day. You have to eat right every day. You can't go out and party. From what I think,
Yeah,
right? You
it's
can't go out
hard,
and drink.
like,
Stress.
It's hard for him because like he had to like adjust to my schedule, and it was really hard. Right now we're thriving like better than ever, but like whenever I was at Navarro, it was hard because literally I would like be at classes all the time. I would be at cheer practice all the time, and when I'm not at class or practice, I'm doing homework or I'm doing interviews or whatever. Like I was completely slammed like from morning to night, like almost every day. So like it is hard to find time to like hang out with your boo whenever you have so
Right.
much stuff on your plate. So, like,
Well, I mean, I don't know how you do it between practice, which it seems like you guys practice 24/7, and then you have to study and get good grades at the same time, right? Because I mean, I'm sure that you have to have good grades to be on the team, right?
yeah,
So I mean, it's like,
you have to be passing all your classes if you even want to step foot on the
oh, I'm losing
bench.
somebody. Hello?
Can you hear?
Oh yeah. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
I said that we have to be passing all of our classes if we even want to step foot on the bandshell in Daytona.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is my question. Who quotes the movie Bring It On the most?
I've never even
I would say Jerry
Come
and
on,
Ladarius.
don't say you've never watched it.
We got
Jerry.
a lot of things. Yes,
Yes.
yes, we do.
But they go
You do.
pyramid.
Higher. Jets.
You guys are awesome. What was it like being? Can I ask? This is my last question. I just want to know, what was it like being on Ellen? I mean, we haven't even been on Ellen. That's our dream. And I've been on a show 8 years. You guys have been on, and you get on Ellen, and I'm like, son of a bitch, they're on Ellen. I was like, that must have been crazy. I mean, that's a bucket list for me.
It was really fast. I felt like we were there.
It was really fast.
Was
Super
she nice?
Yeah, we were in and we were out. I was like, whoa, that like did not feel like, yeah, it was very fast, but
super fast.
really, really sweet. Like she said to us before we walked off to go do our performance, she was like, hey, I just want you guys to know, like, I love the show and you guys are absolutely so inspiring, and just keep up like everything that you're doing because you're amazing. So it was really
awesome.
She's really
I
sweet.
know. I was so jealous when I saw that. Oh my God. I mean, but my wife Brittany wants to say hi. Can she say hi to you guys?
Of course.
Come on in. Oh, come on. Here. Brittany's coming. Go ahead. Copy.
Hey, Brittany.
Hey everybody! I
What's
just want
up?
to say thank you so much for showing the world how hard cheerleading is, and like how much you put into it. Like it is, like I feel like everybody was always like, "Oh, football, blah blah blah," and like saying stuff was cheerleading wasn't a sport, and you guys just changed that in everybody's view. Like you guys are incredible. I'm a huge fan.
She was so happy when I was watching this. She's like, you see what goes into cheerleading? You see, because I said she was a cheerleader at EKU.
Not on your
Oh. Okay.
Not
Come
on
on,
your
girl.
level. You guys are amazing.
Thank
But
you.
yeah, I did cheer in college and stuff, but nothing like what you guys can do. So I just really appreciate like you guys showing the world how much work it is, and you guys are amazing.
Thank
and he's
you.
over here all the time being like, can I make match? And he's like doing like all these like motions.
Everybody in our show is a huge fan, by the way. Kristen and Katie are huge fans, and they're so jealous that I got to talk to you guys right now.
Yeah.
They're just, yeah, they're ecstatic. So
Yes, I just wanted to say hi, and like you guys are great, so talented, so amazing, and keep up the great work.
Thank
And
you.
Jerry, I love your personality. You're so positive
Thank
and
you
just
so
so
much.
sweet. So just keep that ray of sunshine.
yeah.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Yes.
Dex, I have to get off, okay?
Okay, Jerry, thanks for coming on, Jerry. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
So what's everybody doing? I know, I miss Jay. So I guess for everybody in the world wants to know right now, what are you guys doing to stay safe? What are you guys doing to stay in shape? Are you like doing flips in the backyard? Are you doing somersaults in the kitchen? Obviously, what are you doing? Because you've been off for a month, right? And in your line of work, like my friends that are professional hockey players, professional baseball players, I've said the same thing. Are you guys like rollerblading down the street? Like, what are you doing to stay in shape? Because when the world comes back to normal again, you go right back to work.
Yeah, so me personally, I don't like to do the same exact thing every day just because I feel like if you do too much of something, like it gets boring and it gets repetitive. So I like to just switch it up. So sometimes I'll run, sometimes I'll do like a P90X like insanity video of someone else teaching like different workouts. I'll sometimes rollerblade. I'll sometimes go ride, a bike near the boardwalk. It really just depends. But yeah, I try to or I'll swim. So it depends on like really what I'm in the mood to do that day. But I just like to do anything that is keeping me active or making TikToks.
Right.
Making
Yeah.
TikToks is hard.
I mean, have
Sometimes
you ever
eat
gone
steak,
this long?
Sometimes I eat burgers.
Have you ever gone this long though without doing something in the gymnastics world, in the cheer world? Have you gone this long without, competing and then just be able to hop right back in? Oh, that's good. I mean, at least you can hop right back into it.
The longest I've ever gone without cheer, because whenever I was like 16 or 17, I took like 2 years off of cheer, and I came back and it felt like I had to restart everything again. And then like at the time period that I was not at Navarro, I think it was like a total of 4 months that I wasn't doing any tumbling before I came to Navarro. And so that's a lot. 4 months was really hard to come back from. I felt like I had to learn a lot of the things that I was doing like last year. And it was like really frustrating for me because like usually things have always come like super easy for me. Like, but that's whenever I'm practicing all the time, like things will become like effortless. But like being out for 4 months and then trying to come back and do all the same stuff that I was doing before the break was super hard and frustrating because everything was like not perfect like it was, and it was definitely not effortless. Like I had to work extremely hard to like get back to where I was, which is sad because I felt like I was just starting to get all of my skills like back on track, and then this happens, and now
Yeah. Does like, and again, these are questions coming from everybody. So do you have to have certain kind of eating habits? Are you like, what if there's a party on Friday night? Do you go out? Do you drink? Do you not drink at all? Do you allow yourself to have a good time like once a month? Because when you have these competitions, I think people want to know, like, are they enjoying college? Are they having a good time? It seems like they're working so hard for this competition. and then that's it. And it's like, I feel like people are like, well, they're not having fun in college, but obviously you are. It's your decision. You guys want to do it. It looks like you're having fun. I mean, how does that?
So I would say, like, for the most part, I mean, I think we can really do, like, we could do whatever we want. And I feel like a lot of us usually do have a lot of fun, and we'll, like, all get together at different, like, places. So, like, let's say, for instance, oh, hey, like, we're gonna do a little get together at Gabby's, like, apartment, or we're gonna do a little get together at Lexi's apartment, or we're gonna do a get together at Dylan's apartment, or, you know, whoever's dorm. So
Yeah.
I think we do, like, we have a lot of time, like, even though we're cheering a lot, we do also have a lot of time to, like, actually live normal, like, lives, and you know, just be able to, like, really, really have fun and enjoy each other, you know. So
Yeah, you wouldn't do it if you didn't like it.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
what I
no.
always tell people. They're like, well, gosh, it seems like their college life is going to be just, they're going to miss it. I'm like, well, they wouldn't do it if they didn't like it. I mean, it's their favorite
Yeah.
thing to do. You guys are amazing at it. I'm sorry I have to cut this short. I just want to say thank you guys so much. I'm such a fangirl. Like I said, I hope you guys have a season 2. I hope you guys all come back. I hope you guys just keep bringing, like, the joy and the cheer to everybody, because like I said, I loved watching your show so much, and I think the world needed it. If you haven't seen the show, you need to watch it. You guys are just a ray of light, and thank you so much for doing what you guys do.
Aw.
Thank
Well,
you
thank
so
you so
much.
much for having us.
Yeah, no problem.
All right.
Bye,
Well,
guys.
bye, guys.
Stay safe.
You
Bye,
too.
Gabby.
Love you.
Brittany, say bye. Stay safe, guys. Stay
All
safe.
right. Bye.